alchemy and your workshop retreat this weekend. Still time if you're in the area, right, to make
There,
plans.
even if you're not in the area, it starts on Saturday. We have 2 full days of teaching, Saturday and Sunday at 9:30 to 4:30. This is going to be a life-changing event and a business-changing event. I don't know if you would agree with me, Neil, but I think that a lot of people in business never think about spirituality as having anything to do with business. Like these things could not be farther apart. And the thing that business people don't get is that your business relies on you up leveling in order for it to do its thing. Your business is actually ready to grow. You are the thing that is not allowing that to happen.
Okay.
The natural flow, the natural flow of things is for everything to grow and flourish and expand and scale. That's how nature works, right? And when there's a blockage, that's where it gets kind of constricted and stuck. And the blockage is you, like the pipeline of energy is you. So if you can't get into your next level of insight and inspiration and confidence and perseverance and resilience, resilience is something that to me, it always sounds like a really fluffy word, but that's about bouncing back when shit goes wrong. And it's
Right.
going to go wrong on the regular. And the successful people are the ones who bounce back and back and back, and they just don't let anything keep them down. So that's what we're talking about here. Expanding your spiritual awareness is not about sitting cross-legged in a cave or a mountaintop or something. It's about getting you quickly to a place where you are no longer blocking your business from the kind of growth that it is ready to do, and it's just waiting for you to catch up.
And it's such an important thing is you ultimately at the end of the day, you gotta, you gotta just put your effort and keep going through the tough times, and things could get really tough at times. And that's when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, how am I going to persevere? How am I going to be resilient to move through this, even at the most hardest times?
Yeah. So that's what these Bach flowers actually literally help us do in different, very specific ways. They help to restore your self-esteem when you've gotten beat down by, losing a bunch of clients or a big account or something not working out, someone wanting a refund, a patient not responding to treatment the way that you want. Those are real world things that eventually affect our spiritual, mental, emotional well-being. So there are things that you can take. It's not just a question of meditating longer hours or going to more seminars. There are products that you can take. I don't even have one in front of me, which is kind of silly, but we're going to prepare together at this weekend retreat. Everybody is going to go home with their own custom blended bottle,
Mm.
which, I mean, I charge $555 for that by itself, right? And that's more than the cost of the whole weekend. So you get to spend a whole weekend with me learning about this system, learning the not 10, but 12, I realized 12 individual Bach flowers that cover very specific things about personal development and growth. And go home with your own blend to take whenever life throws a little bomb at you.
Absolutely. And because life will throw a bomb. And but at this
It's
workshop,
supposed
you're gonna,
to. It's
huh?
supposed to. Like, it's supposed to. Like, nothing grows without being challenged, right?
So
Nothing.
why is it that the law of attraction sometimes speaks that differently? You know what I mean? I think what you are more mindset, you're more spiritual in a way of understanding how our mind develops and how we think is more powerful because of how we do it. So if our mind, even when we're going through the most horrible thing in the world, a breakup, a death, and we're still able to persevere through that, We can if our mind believes we can.
Well, it's I'm going to say it's even more that your body has to believe it can,
The
right?
body.
Like
Hmm.
you have a nervous system that's connected to your mind, whatever we want to call mind, like even if it's not your, like from the neck up kind of brain function, but your nervous system is connected to the, your mind, wherever it is all over your body. So that when stuff happens to you, your body responds
Right.
in a way that is uncomfortable. And that's where you create an explanation with your thoughts for why you have this feeling. And that's where we get stuck, right? If
Right.
we can just stick with letting the feeling be a feeling, it actually dissolves very quickly. It's our mind that keeps us hooked into a bad feeling. So it's not that you're going to not notice when bad stuff happens, but you're not going to stay in that space of saying, oh, I deserve this. This always happens to me. When am I going to get a break? Everybody's out to get me. People are laughing at me. If this doesn't work, I'm going to lose my house. Like all the thinking that we do to rationalize why we're having a feeling, or just to make sense of a feeling. That's the place where we get stuck. And I think law of attraction, obviously, I think the world of Esther Hicks and Abraham, and like
Yeah.
I've been right into that, and it's beautiful stuff, and it helps a lot of people. But I think many people miss a deeper message there, and you are not supposed to just ask for things and expect the universe to bring them to you because you asked. You know,
It's a lot of
uh,
hard work.
it's a lot of hard work, and it's not just hard work. It's taking actions that are not only uncomfortable, but completely irrational,
Right. Got it.
right? That you have to be willing to um, surrender your egoic control of the
Mhm.
process. And that's where people go wrong, right? It's like,
Mhm.
I want to stay the same me and get all this stuff that I want coming towards
Okay.
me.
Okay.
You have to be able to give up some element of who you are now in order to be the person who gets to have that stuff.
Got it.
And this is a huge battle with ego. And it's not just the ego, oh, the ego that thinks I'm so great. It's also the ego that thinks you're a loser.
Mhm.
That ego that you're so identified with is going to have to go. And you're going to have to realize that you spent many, many years of your life trapped in an illusion of your ego that thinks you're a certain way, that you don't deserve something, that you can't achieve the heights that other people achieve. And when you realize that that was an illusion, it was a lie that you've been telling yourself, you're going to feel really stupid. And um, it's a very difficult thing to break the control of ego. So there are a lot of elements of law of attraction that people prefer to ignore and just go with the easy message, ask, believe, receive. If you believe it, it's coming towards you.
Mhm.
And there's a lot to be said for having a positive outlook. Of course, you want to be um, a beacon of a kind of high frequency that is then going to collapse the high frequency things in your field into reality, right? Like that's a real thing. But there are a lot of limitations in terms of the struggle and how to move through it. And I think that's where these Bach flowers have a tremendous capacity to actually just flip the switch. They are little energy messages, held in liquid that go into your mouth and interact with your cells and with your nervous system and just allow a different frequency to stream.
Right.
So why not take advantage of this sort of uh, transformation in a bottle, if you will? Um, there is one of the remedies which is called wild chestnut, which has been called meditation in a bottle because of how good it is at calming that thinking mind that they call the monkey mind. It's so good at just slowing down the racing thoughts so that you can focus. And like that's just one of the
Right.
12, right? Like people could increase their productivity and
No doubt.
all kinds of things just with, taking some little harmless drops in a bottle. Why not, right?
All right. They got to find out by going to the workshop. Best place is to go where? Because they still could sign up Saturday.
Yeah, the best place is an email, tracy@tracypoisner.com.
All right.
There's
Well,
one
thank.
spot left. One spot
Oh,
left. I
oh
would love
gosh.
to see one more
Oh
person
my
there.
goodness. They should go. I appreciate it, Tracy. Thanks again.
Thank you, Neil.
You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be